Morning, guys, back again with me. Today we're gonna start the new subtopic of our matrix. Last meeting we already discussed about the multiplication of matrix. Nowadays we are going to the next step, is the inverse of matrix. As I already told you before, the inverse matrix is actually same with the normal divided operation, but we never divide matrix. Remember, we never divide matrix, so we use inverse aside of divide. Okay, if I have matrix A here as the example, then how to divide that matrix is inverse matrix with the power of -1, but we never really read this as A power of -1. No, never do that. So we just read this as inverse of matrix A. This is the example in the number. Okay, if I have a real number 8, that's the perfect number 8, and then we reverse it, become 1 out of 8 or 1 atau 1/8 in bahasa. That means 1 out of 8 is the inverse number, actually that inverse number, and then we make it like di dalam pangkat dari yang 1/8 menjadi 8 pangkat -1, atau we say that 8 power of -1. No, never say like that. So we call this inverse of 8. Okay, remember, we do the same thing in matrix. So matrix A have to be 1 out of 8, but once again I remind you, we don't never divide matrix. So we just make the matrix A. To divide that, as we said, inverse matrix, kebalikannya sama seperti positif kebalikannya negatif. So when there's a positive A here, there's negative here. Okay, next again, then we can state like this. In the number 8 times by 1 out of 8 equals to 1, right? 8 kali 1/8 itu sama dengan 1. Then in matrix, A times inverse of A equals to identity matrix. Okay, let me tell you, the identity matrix is the matrix that consists of only 1 and 0 number as the element. Like this is the example. Okay, this is the matrix identity with the order 2 by 2. So there's 1, 0, and 0 and 1. Actually, most of the time 1 is in the diagonal of the matrix. So when they say the identity matrix, it must be like this. Nanti saya akan I will tell you again more about that, but not in this video, probably the other one, concerned about the identity matrix. But actually in this topic we didn't talk much about this, because you're gonna learn it more in the senior high school, the SMA. Jadi so I just tell you that probably this is important, just only this surface area. Okay, if I have matrix A consists of A, B, C, and D, then the inverse of matrix A, we write down like this: inverse matrix A. Remember how to read this. Inverse matrix A is given by this one. Inverse matrix A equals to 1 out of AD. AD is the element inside the matrix. So A times D minus by C times B, times again with the new matrix that we already remake. So A, we changing A, the position of A and D is changing, and then B and C we times by, or we multiply by negative sign. Okay, remember, this is the way. From here, A, B, C, D, this become this one, D, negative B, negative C, and A. So this is what we call as the inverse of matrix. But remember, this is just for the order 2 by 2. Okay, then here I make a remake for you that A times D minus C times B is the determinant. Remember the word of determinant. determinant of the matrix and it is written by this one. Jadi baca yang ini mungkin probably in mathematica class with Ma'am Linda, you already learned how to read this. This is the, sometimes we call it the like absolute value or nilai mutlak in bahasa. But here we didn't say that A here is absolute value of A. No. But we call this as the determinant of A. Remember, this is determinant of matrix A. Okay, so never say that this one as the absolute value, but only for this material ya. Kalau di matrix kamu tidak boleh bilang ini sebagai nilai mutlak dari A. Tapi kalau in other case, probably in number or real number, any other case beside matrix, you may say that this one is absolute value. Then if determinant of matrix A equals to 0, remember this is the important information for you also. If determinant of matrix A equals to 0, then the matrix has no inverse. Jadi kalau kamu sudah mengerjakan contoh, there's a question asking find the inverse of matrix B, let's say like that. Then they provide you a matrix with order 2 by 2. But when you find the determinant which is AD minus by CB, it's equals to 0. Kalau hasil determinannya 0, gak usah cari matrix inverse-nya lagi, karena automatically there's no inverse for the determinant equals to 0. Okay. Now we are turning to the example. For I have here find the inverse of matrix A is 3, -4, 1, and -2. So find the inverse of matrix A is, remember, 1 over the determinant where the determinant is AD minus CB. And we change the position of A and D, then we put negative sign on B and C. Okay, remember ini formulanya. Diingat, dipaku mati sampai kamu selesai kuis. Then for next step is we change all of the letters into the number that provided in the question. So 1 over A here, A is 3, so 3 times by D is -2, so 3 kali -2. 3 times -2 minus here C times B. C is 1 and B is -4. Remember the position. So 3 times minus -2, minus by 1 times -4. And then we changing the position for this part is -2 become here, 3 is here, and then put negative into the -4, jadinya negatif kali -4, jadinya positif 4. Then -1 here as -1. Then we fix the formula that we already applied. So 1 over 3 kali -2 is -6, and then minus 1 times -4 is -4. Jadinya -6 minus -4. Sorry if I really concerned about this part ya. Banyak dari kamu, you doing the previous exercise with so many students are really wrong on this calculation. I don't know why. I don't know what's wrong with you guys, but this is the really simple. Ini hanya penjumlahan dan pengurangan angka negatif, banyak sekali kamu yang salah. -6 kurang -4. Banyak yang buat ini adalah -10. I don't know why you do that. Sejak kapan kamu punya hutang 6, ngutang lagi terus kamu kurangi dengan hutang yang 4, jadi hutang kamu dapatnya 10. Itu kan nggak logika ya. So please yang masih belum bisa lancar dalam pengurangan dan penjumlahan bilangan yang ada negatifnya, tolong belajar lagi. Kalah sama anak SD yang bisa jago dalam hal ini. Okay? Next, for this position is still same with this one. So, no changing. Then, we fix this. 1 out of, sekali lagi ya, once again, -6 minus by -4. Ingat ya, sign itu dibaca negatif. Operation, we call it minus. So, -6 minus negative 4. Then equals to 1 out of negative 2. Negatif 6 kurang negatif 4 itu negatif 2 ya. Anak-anak sekalian tolong diingat. Then this one is still like this. After you got this one, this is what we already call inverse matrix A. Okay? Then how we can we prove that our answer is already correct or not? Of course, let us prove it. Let's check here is how we can prove that our answer is already correct. Remember the previous one that I told you before, that inverse of one matrix times by that matrix equals to identity matrix before. Okay, so we gonna times the inverse that we got here times by the original matrix, then we can get the identity. Let me show you. Okay, 1 out of negative 2, this is the inverse that we get here from here. Okay, we move to here and then times by the original one, 3, negative 4, 1, and negative 2. So we calculate. Remember, masih ingat cara mengalihkannya, yaitu row times column. Okay, so negative 2 times 3, 2 dengan negatif 2 dengan 3, 4 dengan 1. Ini dia. Ingat pasangannya, jangan salah cari pasangan. Okay, then first row to second column. So negative 2 times negative 4 here, then 4 times negative 2 here. Okay, then second row is this one to first column, sorry. Negative 1 times by 3 here, then 3 times 1 here, then negative 1 times negative 4, 3 times negative 2 here. Okay, so still same with the normal multiplication. 1 out of negative 2, still we fix this become negative 2 kali 3 itu negatif 6, tambah 4 kali 1 4, then negative 2 times negative 4 is positive 8, then 4 times negative 2 is negative 8, then we got here negative 1 times 3 is negative 3, 3 times 1 is 3, negative 1 times negative 4 is positive 4, 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. So we fix again for the last time. Negative 6 plus 4 is negative 2, 8 plus negative 8. Remember, kamu punya uang 8, bayar hutangmu yang 8, sisanya 0. Then negative 3 plus 3, same. Kamu punya hutang 3, bayar 3, sisanya 0. 4 tambah negatif 6, punya uang 4, hutangnya 6, sisa hutangnya berapa ya? 2. Then after this we fix with the multiplication outside. So ini sama dengan negatif 2 kali 1 per 2. Hasilnya berarti negatif 2 per 2. Sorry, negatif 2 per negatif 2 kan. Dan kemudian 0 kali 1, 0 per negatif 2 ini. 0 kali 1 per negatif 2 ini. Negatif 2 kali 1 itu negatif 2 per negatif 2 lagi. Maka kita fixkan ini negatif 2 per negatif 2 itu udah pasti 1 kemanapun perginya. 0 per negatif 2 of course 0. 0 over negatif 2 is 0. Apapun yang dibagikan atau dikalikan dengan 0 hasilnya 0. Kamu pun kalau saya kalikan 0 jadinya 0. Negatif 2 per negatif 2 itu pasti 1. Nah, ingat tadi yang Miss bilang sebelumnya, that the identity matrix is always consists only 1 and 0 as the element inside. And of course, 1 is the diagonal of the element inside. So, jadi jawaban kita itu terbukti. Let's proven. So, jawaban kita yang ini itu terbukti benar karena setelah kita kalikan dengan ini, hasilnya identity matrix. Sama seperti yang saya bilang tadi, 8 dikali 1 per 8 itu sama dengan 1. Atau 8 kali 8 pangkat min 1 itu sama dengan 1. Kemana-mana pasti segini. Oke, sama kayak 8 kali 0, ya berapa lah. 1 per 8 ini desimalnya pasti hasilnya 1 juga. Oke, so remember this. Then let's see what we got for our exercise today, and let's check it out. Please comment below on the Google Classroom if you have any question that you feel it's still difficult to understand. And please, I remind you for more times, if you still feel difficult, please find any sources that you feel comfortable to learn or to study for. Probably you are more comfortable to learn from YouTube or from books or from any resources that you feel that, yeah, it's easy for you. That's your style to learn something that you think it's difficult. So feel free to find any resources. Feel free to ask me if you have something to ask or something you feel it's strange or it's weird. It's free to ask, okay? I hope you guys always stay inside your home, be healthy, and of course, study hard, prepare for your final test and our quiz further next time, okay? See you on the next explanation. Bye, guys.